Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Roguelands. So I got the information I needed. I found that the guy I beat last time was Moloch, ruler of the Spirit Realm. The cathedral does a little bit too much damage for me to do right now. Although I'm about to go into challenge level 1 Molten Crag, I believe. So I think I'll be okay there. As long as I have my anti-heats here. But I also might do some challenge level 2 stuff when I get the money, and I think I'm okay to advance the Starlight storyline. So, yeah. Am I in the challenge level? I should be. I might not be in the challenge level? Alright, he's coming. Got him. I don't think I'm on the challenge level. For some reason I thought I was on the challenge level, but I guess some extra revenge. Alright, that's nice. I like extra revenge. And I also got a peek at who my final boss is going to be. So, I didn't see his stats, but I just know his name. His name is Azazel Messenger of Destruction. Which, sounds great. I feel like that was, one of the, super bosses in the original Final Fantasy. I think. I feel like I remember that. Like, playing Final Fantasy and running into a guy named Azazel and getting my butt just clean. I remember, playing that game. I really like the original old Final Fantasies, and I also like some of the new ones. The new 15 I think it looks really good. It reminds me a lot of the sort of open world RPG, JRPG style of Xenoblade Chronicles, which is like really what they should have been doing with 13, but they weren't for some reason. Something about that they just weren't doing. I don't know why. They should have seen this game and just been like, man, this is what we should do. Although it seems like that's kind of what they were doing with 15. But... Alright. You need to die. You all need to die. But I'm just waiting for that one to come out, because I think it looks good. But, the original ones are probably some of my favorites. I like 1 and 2 a lot. I like Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 2 quite a bit. And some people may question why I like 2, because of the weird XP system that they have in that game. I kind of like it. It reminds me of this game, actually. We beat Caius. I don't really want to go to either of these planets. I'm just not really feeling that life. Looks like we beat the lava blobs. Or Chalcon emblems, we can do that too. Boom, boom. You can be sold. some orichalcum emblems. Oops. Deliver 10 orichalcums. Some nice easy quests here that I can extort. Deliver 20 seed emblems. I can do that too. That one even gives me quest prize. Nothing too spectacular from that, but you can get some real good stuff from those quest prizes. I think so. Oh yes, advance the Starlight storyline is probably one thing that we're going to do. And yeah. I can buy some stuff with this. I can do this. I can do this Ruined Treaty. I can buy a bunch of stuff with this. I can sell those things. I can use these things. I can make stuff out of this. Yeah, that seems fine. And I guess I can make some stuff out of this too. So let's do this real quick. That seems solid. One more. Also solid. Now the alright. Anti-heat. Definitely I'm gonna need a lot of these. Gonna want to have a lot of these too. And a lot more anti-heats. And it can't hurt to do this. Alright, that seems good. Let's make some these things real quick. Yep. Alright. Oh, I also have to go over there and make a prism out of that stuff. Don't I? That's gonna be something I'll have to do soon. Yeah, that's all good. I think we're happy on all fronts right now. Oops, getting a little lag. But let's sell some stuff. Oopsies. Let's buy some stuff, I guess. Still have 7,000. I wish they have another. I hope they add more building materials in this next update. Or he. It's one person. But I hope he adds more building materials because it's a little. Ring of bolts. Oh. Well, I chose roll inside in this one because I saw the other one last time. But, yeah. I believe we will be heading over there today. Alright, Zephyr Emblem, that sucks. But I have a bunch of lamps and a bunch of these blocks. And I have a pretty good setup. Yeah, I have a pretty good setup. I'm really close to getting another one of those. I need to go to Mech City. Here we go. Effie looks pretty mad. Oh, that does 20 damage. And those are not normal space pirates. Alright. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that. I am not ready for that. I don't think I'm ready for that. They do 20 damage. They do 20 damage, and they do 25. I thought they were normal space pirates. And that locks me out of Mech City, too. Oh, that sucks so bad. Oh, that sucks. That sucks really bad. That sucks. Oh, man. I could go for Demon's Rift, I guess, and try and go for Caius. But I really wanted to go after Effie. What? I thought if it was I touch him. But we're going after you again. I've taken a lot more damage this time. This guy's do 8, which isn't too bad, honestly. The challenge here is that this sucks. That is the challenge here. Got him. Kind of leaves me unknowing as what to do now. because I can fight this guy, you know. I can just keep going back to Demon's Rift and fighting Caius and stuff like that, or I could go to Whisperwood. But oh, challenge level 2, duh, idiot. Oh, you're still alive. All damage makes him get knocked back so far. They're also hard to see against this background. But that guy's a good boss. He's cool looking. He's a little recycled from Gru. But whatever. He does solid amount of damage. Effie did a little too much and had a little too much stuff. You know, for my taste. She just had a little too much in there. But we're gonna go for not Whisperwood, but challenge levels now. And I might have to like grind XP or grind stuff. Turns out I'm just short. I'll sell these. I think I can actually get another. Yep, I can. I can get another mystery gift. That should be plenty. Mystery gift, and then we're gonna go challenge level 1, just so I can like kind of grind cash until I get challenge level 2. We're gonna start off pretty early on. Blaze, don't need that, I already have it. A bolt of lightning deals damage in a vertical pillar, scales with magic. I think that's honestly better than this. Like, oh, it's where you are. That's the problem. I don't want it to be where I am. I could go with Bubble. That's honestly an option. That's honestly a decent option. But we'll go get the credits. Come back after a long way of grinding, and I come back to more grinding. Challenge level 1. I should not die here, but just to be safe. Hey, don't you do that to me. Dirt bag. So, I got a book today in the, or not today in the mail, yesterday in the mail. It's a book I've been waiting for a very, very long time, because I pre-ordered it. One thing, and that's actually like the first thing I've really ever pre-ordered. I think it might be the first thing I've pre-ordered. I have already talked about how I'm a pretty big nerd, but one of the things that I'm most nerdy about is Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I like Star Wars. Star Wars is alright, but Star Wars: The Clone Wars, that show, particularly that show, is so amazing. And it's partially because I grew up with it. That's part of it. I think part of it might be nostalgia, but also that show is just good, you know? Like, there's so, like, that show, like, gets really cool. It does a lot of cool stuff with characters, you know, with the characters it introduces and builds. And what they do, the growth that they show throughout the series is really awesome. And I still, like, one of the few things that gets me to tear up is the Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 5 finale. And anyone who has seen it will kind of understand why. I am not going to explain it because I think every human has the innate right to watch this show and watch that finale unspoiled. What's interesting is oh, geez, come on now. What is interesting is is that the show was canceled. Actually, it wasn't like cut off because of bad ratings or anything. Like, no, the show was freaking awesome, and they had planned to do 8 seasons. 8 seasons were planned. And after season 5, Disney bought Lucasfilm. And the show was on Cartoon Network. And Disney, being a company, they kind of wanted to take stock of what they had. And so they decided to discontinue. And they kind of wanted to, like, rebrand themselves. It's like something, alright, this is our stuff now. I did not want that. I wanted to upgrade the 4th age. Darn it. They wanted to rebrand themselves, so they canceled the show. And eventually they were able to release like half of season 6 because they had it finished. But there's like 2.5 seasons that were never seen. And that really just, that makes me feel uncomfortable. Because, move speed, I need a move speed and the crit damage. And you get, projectile range, you need monster drops. Anyway, they have all these scripts written for like 2.5 more seasons, but they have no episodes to go with them. So what they have recently, what they kind of have done is they've found other ways to release that content, whether it be in a couple books, or, whether it's, in comics. They had a comic line that I got to read. That was pretty good. And they also have, Disney kind of had their own show, but it's the spiritual successor in a sort. Like, the same man, Dave Filoni, is working on it. He was pretty much the main man in charge of Clone Wars, and he's now in charge of the new show Star Wars Rebels, which is now in its 3rd season. 3rd season started up earlier this month, and that show's actually getting pretty good, because it's a lot of the same people working on it, and even though it's not quite the same time period, the Clone Wars is during the Clone Wars, and the Rebels is during, the Rebellion. Which, if you know anything about Star Wars, which I assume you do because you're watching video games on the internet, I don't really need to explain that. But what's really cool about the Clone Wars, I just have always liked the Clone Wars more, is, I always think they had, some cooler imagery, and partially because of the animation style in the 2 shows and in the new trilogy. If there's one thing I do give the new trilogy, is that some of the visuals in that show were, some of the visuals were really cool. I really like some of the visuals in the new trilogy, even if the movies themselves were really bad. That opening sequence of Revenge of the Sith is really cool. I really like that opening star battle. But the rest, the show was canceled, and they found ways to release stuff. And one of the biggest threads that they leave after the end of the show is Ahsoka Tano, who is kind of the heart and soul of the show. She's introduced as Anakin's Padawan. She's introduced as Anakin's Padawan, Freaking Tyrannog. And she's like, she's like the whole, that show is like, Ahsoka is really that show. Like, she's introduced in that show, and that's kind of like the show's baby, I guess, is that character. And they do a lot of job growing her, They do a lot of, things to grow her character throughout the series. And, a lot of the big questions are like, hey, what happened to her after the end of the show? Because this is Star Wars and the universe is so interconnected. It's a big question, what happened to her after the end of the show, and this is a book that explains that, which is freaking awesome. And ever since the show was canceled in 2013, I want to say, since I was like 12, I guess, 13? No, I was 13 in 2013, and even 14 as well. Ever since that day that the show ended, since that season 5 finale aired, and I cried, I've been waiting for this book. So I've been waiting for this book for 4 years, and I just started it. I've read 5 chapters thus far, and man, I am definitely enjoying it thus far. It's really, like anything. This book could like be bad, like writing wise and even plot wise. It could just not do anything really. Like it could give no real depth to the character, and it could just ruin the IP. But I am such a sucker for anything relating to Star Wars: The Clone Wars that it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm gonna love it no matter what, and I already have. Like anything that just has Clone Wars names in it and like gives even a little bit of background to the stuff, I'm just like, oh, sucker for that. So I'm a happy man. I'm going to read that after I'm done recording. Speaking of that, I'm almost done with this episode. We're at 28 minutes now, it seems. So I'll have to hurry up, because I don't want to be... I mean, there isn't really much exciting to see. I'm just going to be grinding with money for this for a little while, and then we're going to be doing this same thing, except with higher damage taken from enemies and such. And then I'm going to be doing that same thing. I'm going to be doing that challenge level 2 for a while until I get to like level, who knows what, maybe, I think 110 maybe is when I'll probably be a little bit more equipped to handle Effie. So then I'll go up and handle Effie. And then I'll beat her. And then after I beat Effie, what do I do after I beat Effie? I'll try and go Cathedral maybe, and I'll have to like grind a little bit maybe after that before I can go to the Cathedral. And then I'll grind a little bit in the Cathedral before I can fight the final boss, Azazel. And, yep. That's the story. Pretty sweet. So looks like I'm running a little long with this episode, but I want to get through this. I want to get through this, and I'll just try and go as fast as possible. Fading dark fire. Alright, looks like we're good. So I will see you guys next time. I'll just be continuing to grind here. And I will crack my knuckles again. Garbage. I'll see you guys next time. Having some fun with this Arcanist now. Because I've got real good gear. And hopefully that will continue. I do not want to die. See you guys next time.